Alright, so with our die cuts ready, we are ready to assemble our card. And you can see how this paper has flattened out since gluing it down, so we don't have to worry about our card being warped. I'm gonna grab my glue here, take the lid off, and the assembly is very much similar to the last cards. I am just putting in everything. My poinsettia is going in that corner here, so this is where all my stems are pointing to. And I'm also only putting glue on the end. And I'll be tucking everything in and underneath the previous ones. This one's moving a lot this time. There we go. Want that below a little bit. I want to be able to see this below this one here. There we go. All right, now add a little bit of berries. And it really doesn't matter which order you go in. Like, you don't have to just do the glitter ones and then just the berries and just the pines. You could build it up as you go from bottom to the top. It's one of those things that after you've done it a little bit, you kind of have an idea of what you like where, and it makes it a little bit easier to start assembling from the bottom up. But when you first start out, I kind of think just doing one and then tucking things in where you see that it's needed makes the most sense. So you do have to kind of do it a little bit and figure out what works best for you and what your method is. There's really not a right or wrong or one way to do this. Now I want to put a pine there, but this is actually a little bit too big, so I'm just going to break it. There's nothing wrong with breaking it. You could take scissors and just clip it if you wanted. But unless you told someone, no one would know that that's half a branch there. All right, where's my scissors? I'm going to clip this down. And I'm going to clip this one here. Pop those in. And you see how just those white ones, it just kind of brightens everything up. It's one of those things that you don't really even know that it's needed until you see one with it and you're like, oh yeah, that really enhances it or brightens it or whatnot. And I think this would be beautiful for like wedding cards. Change up the greenery to the season that it's in. If it's not around the holiday time, you could just do like garden greens or other foliage dyes. They would look beautiful. And then same with the flower. You can change the flower from a poinsettia to whatever you want. There we go. I do want another green right over those berries there. And these pieces that I break off, I use them for other things, so I'll just keep them aside, like this one here. If I put that there, no one would even know it was half a die cut or broken up from something else. Now put our poinsettia. And I do put a generous amount on the poinsettia just to make sure that it sticks with that clump of greenery there. So there we go. Beautiful and has a lot of dimension. This embossing folder, you could change it to a different embossing folder or just have an all over pattern, or even just completely eliminate it. It's not going to make or break the card if you don't have that embossing folder. I still think it has a lot of texture and dimension. I just happen to like the base of it being behind there. I think it enhances it. All right, apologies for this part of the video. I accidentally hit time lapse, so I've slowed it down as much as I can, but it's it's not very smooth. So what I just did was I added some stickles to the outline of the poinsettia. I didn't outline the entire thing. I only put it on the tips of the petals just to kind of give them a little bit of sparkle. Because there's so much texture in the rest of the card, it looked a little bit dull without it. So this just gave the poinsettia a little bit of sparkle, just kind of made it look like it was part of the card and just enhanced and completed it.